Yeah, you heard Eamon talk about that poll bump for the president. You got markets at all-time highs. Housing's on fire. Durable goods are coming in double the estimates. Is the case for further stimulus in Congress starting to fray?
No, I don't believe the case is starting to fray by any means. I think you know as well as anyone that the financial markets and the real economy are two very different things. And so when we look at the ups and downs of the stock market, we're not really seeing, in my state, we still have significant unemployment. We still have small businesses suffering. So very much so, we need an additional stimulus to keep this going. And the markets themselves, even if we're going to talk about the financial markets, have relied so heavily on the federal stimulus that's already been provided. And I believe it's baked into kind of the future outlook in the market, continued support by the federal government. And if that breaks down, I think we're going to see a corresponding breakdown in our financial markets again.
How are legislators and the public supposed to prioritize between USPS, enhanced unemployment, city aid, state aid, school aid, all of these pipelines of need? I mean, which comes first?
Well, I think it's a false choice. We have to do multiple things simultaneously if we're in the midst of a pandemic that is a health pandemic, which led us into an economic recession. And we have to address multiple things at once. And so, yes, financial package through Congress. Yes, we need to address the Postal Service. That impacts our healthcare, that impacts our economy, that impacts our upcoming election and democracy itself.
And you've also been focused on the issue of social justice and racial inequality in particular, writing recently an op-ed in the Hartford Courant where you said that as state treasurer overseeing more than $60 billion, you're well aware of the power of capital in America. So to Wall Street and businesses across America, hear us, we want to live, and we need you to get off the sidelines. So what are you calling on corporate America to do?
I'm calling on corporate America. In my role, I have a front seat to Wall Street and corporate America. And we're in the midst of a national reckoning once again around race. And corporate America holds a unique place in our society and position of influence. And I'm calling on CEOs to use that influence in a constructive way to impact both, I call it the mirror and the window, looking inward on how to do things differently within their own organizations, as well as how they can deploy the intellectual and financial resources towards addressing racial economic disparities in society. And importantly, I will note on that, there's a study by McKinsey Consulting that says if we close racial economic disparities, by 2028, we could increase gross domestic product in this country by 4 to 6 percentage points. I think that's pretty compelling evidence that not only is this the right thing to do, but if you're interested, like I am, in growing our economy and our country, we should all jump in and do it.
And you've, on that front, you've dedicated more focus to allocating more funds to diverse managers. What have you found in terms of why historically diverse managers haven't had the same kind of access to capital that non-diverse managers have had? And do you believe that setting kind of a guidepost for increasing exposure to diverse managers is the best way to kind of narrow that gap for access to capital?
Yeah, I think access to capital has been one of the major issues, whether it's in the investment, money management area, or if you're a business owner trying to access capital. For diverse owners, it's been a challenge. And I think we have a history of systemic and structural racism in our country that we have to contend with. And when I say that I'm not focused on the individualized acts of racism or prejudice, but it's how the systems have worked to disadvantage certain groups. So what we're doing here at the Treasury in Connecticut is saying, when I look at investment opportunities, I want a diverse portfolio generally, types of asset classes, types of managers, sectors of the economy, That's how you build a strong, robust portfolio that's built for all weather conditions, so to speak.